I'd like to talk to you about the grave failure in recent years of British arms export controls. On paper, the UK has one of the most robust export control regimes in the world, a point ministers repeat when MPs ask in the House of Commons about how it can be that Saudi Arabia can use British-made planes to drop bombs on schools, hospitals, refugee camps and water and food infrastructure in Yemen. During 2018 and 2019, I was a member of the parliamentary body charged with scrutinising British arms transfers, the Committee of Arms Export Control, CAEC or CAEC. I saw firsthand how ministers ignore the law in order to maintain military support for bombing. Arms exports are regulated by 8 criteria that must be fulfilled for the government to issue a licence for export. It's unlawful, for example, for ministers to sign off transfers if they break an arms embargo, if they risk proliferation, or they could be used against the UK. Crucially, if British weapons might be used deliberately or recklessly to target civilians, ministers are breaking the law if they approve such exports. And this is what the British courts judged last June. Sadly, the committee, which had been studying this issue for years, never came close to this conclusion. We must ask how this could be. The problem is that CAEC meets infrequently and lacks the resources or the political independence to be a real regulator. We do need a proper regulator, but this tiny committee with one clerk is no match for the multi-billion-pound arms industry and the entire civil service. The chair is voted in not by the House, and that, in my view, could be an improvement. How arms exports are regulated desperately needs to be overhauled. The committee should meet more regularly, co-opt expertise to examine more closely each licensing decision, and this would create increased scrutiny of the defence sector, supporting security and complying with human rights, both at home and abroad.